So far, it's been
So the segment I'm thinking about calling it is called hashtag Real Talk. Get down to the business. You know what I mean? I want it to seem real, not scripted at all. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not scripted, so I probably won't be scripted.
Okay. Cool. So with that, let's get in the mix. So, welcome to Real Talk with Leo over here. I got the Commander-in-Chief of the Birmingham site, Dave Thompson himself.
Hey, 205.
Yeah, well, the applaud music. So today we're going to get to know our leaders in this building, starting off with Dave, showcasing what we're about, getting comfortable with each other as friends, and then running as one for 2018. So with that, I came up with a few questions, fun stuff to get to know Dave a little bit more. Sound good?
That works for me.
Okay, cool. So we'll start off with the easy one. Teach the watchers something we don't know about you. Like, tell us about yourself.
All right. Well, some training classes that's gone through training so far that I've had the opportunity to speak with may know this already, but I've been with the company 13 years now. But I'll rather than going straight to the company, let me tell you about what I'm passionate about, which is my family. So, married. Actually, 13 years as well. Two children. Two children. And I hate to do this on live TV, but this is real talk.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting a third.
Oh, there you go.
I'm expecting a third. So let me give a little story about it. So I have two girls currently. My oldest, Dalen Araya, and by the way, you'll see the DAT because that's kind of my dad. I stole it from my dad. All of my siblings and I were DAT. So I have Dalen Araya and Diana Ariel. Two girls. My oldest daughter actually has special needs. So scary at first. Didn't know how to expect it, what they expect, like most parents. But we've worked through it. She's fighting through all those delays, and in a much better place now. And now I know what my wife is having. She's going to be having a boy. So I can no longer say I struck out. We have three now, and that's obviously what I'm very passionate about from a family perspective, and that's why I enjoy working for T-Mobile as well. 13 years that I've been here, gained a lot of friendships, bonds, and really, to me, has helped me excel in my career from a family standpoint. We're big. We all know this, right? We've been saying it now for a while around how inclusive. And right now, diversity and inclusion is loud. We just saw the Super Bowl commercial that Ledger and our entire marketing team really spearheaded. But it's "Are You With Us?" And I was born in Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. So I'm from the West Indies. So Wagwan, that's what we would say. But so the young guy from Jamaica is grown up and started out as a rep in our T-Mobile company, and now obviously a site director and looking to do more things as well. But first, we've got some business to handle here in Birmingham, so I'm looking forward to it. But that's a little bit about myself. Yeah,
no, I like that. A lot of great information. Congrats on the boy. So you didn't strike out?
Didn't strike out.
That's the dream, right?
That's the dream,
right?
Yeah, have both.
Yeah, I like that. I actually was creeping on your page a little bit on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, just to kind of get to know you a little bit, right?
Okay.
So I have some stuff to work with, right?
Oh boy, here we go.
I saw the flag, the Jamaican flag, but then I failed geography, obviously, because I was like, oh, that seems familiar. So then I Googled it and I found out it was Jamaica. So with that, a good segue though, LinkedIn. So it had a litany of, like, your profile is amazing. I've never seen, I thought half of it was made up or something, but it was actually a lot of cool stuff, and it kind of shows you how you can progress in life to be at where you're at right now.
Right.
And so one of the achievements that I found was really interesting. It was on LinkedIn, the National Association of Distinguished Professionals. Tell me about that. That sounds like a very superhero-y clique.
Click, right? No, so it's an organization that you have to reapply every 5 years actually to be a part of. But again, talking about the doors that T-Mobile opens, the way I found out about that organization while my time in Richmond, Virginia, which is one of the sites that I worked in, we used to participate in Best Place to Work events, and the SHRM or HR, really senior HR resource team has a particular award that they provide, and at going to one of those conferences and obviously seeing it, we actually won, by the way. One of the individuals talked about, you joined any committees just outside of T-Mobile, not just within T-Mobile. And the one that they spoke to me about was the Distinguished Professionals. And you had to write a summary on yourself and submit it because it's a group that is not necessarily open to everyone, but based on my experience and some accomplishments that I've had in my career to this point, they accepted me. So it opens and what does it do, right? It opens a whole span of networking for individuals in several organizations, but also not only from that standpoint, networking, but also during that time in Richmond, had the opportunity to go to different schools, nonprofit organizations, and speak about business and just being professional, and which is huge now with P&L. Talk about business acumen, right. But that's one of the programs that I'm in, and I'm it's a lot of work. So I don't necessarily know if I'm going to keep reapplying, but I would also recommend any one of our employees. Not only we have several programs within our organization that you can use to continue to stretch yourself, but as Ledger would say, we don't want to just change our industry. We want to change the world, basically, right? So take advantage of anything that may come your way from community involvement or any type of leadership program. Yeah,
I like that. I mean, that was, like I said, I saw a vast amount of stuff that your accomplishments, and I got scared just scrolling. My fingers got kind of sore just looking through it, but that's cool.
It's not made up though. Right. It's all factual. It's everything that I've been through and continue to do.
It's fact check, guys. I got it. So let's go into a little bit of a wonky direction.
Okay.
That's okay. So while I was creeping on your Twitter, your previous pictures and stuff like that, in a stand-up picture, your shoe game is pretty on point. Tell us about that. Do you have a shoe philosophy? I heard you're a shoe guy.
Yeah, I'm definitely a shoe guy. So, and it's weird because, I think, some may be able to relate. Jordans, or people call them, slang J's. Used to be a J's guy growing up, and transition. I don't want to say converted. Transition to foam posits from a sneaker standpoint. So if a color comes out that I like. I normally try to get it. You need to network again because sometimes the lines are pretty long to get these shoes. But so from a sneaker game, and I love wearing sneakers. They're comfortable. We work for a great company. We can be who we are at work. So get to dress comfortably every day. But then outside of work, I would say my shoe that I prefer, Cole Haans. Also pretty comfortable. A lot of people don't know with Cole Haans. Cole Haans are casual shoes. What I like about them, they're soles, and they did a deal with Cole Haan did a deal with Nike. So a lot of the soles on Cole Haans, and most people, by their signature mark is a lot of times the soles are different colors. So the shoe itself may be blue and the sole is yellow. So you're able to coordinate it better. If you want to match or whatever the case may be from an outfit standpoint. But more than anything else, I would say very comfortable shoes.
Really?
But I own quite a few pair of shoes, and I guess I would consider it a little bit of a fetish.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go into that for all you sneakerheads out there. So how many pairs and how much have you paid for one pair?
Ooh, how many pairs? If this makes sense, we're trying to situate one of the closets for shoes only. I would say that I can't say I wear them because obviously you can only wear one pair at a time. But I wear, give or take, sneakers on the sneaker side, maybe 110. Cole Haans, probably about 40 pairs. So yeah, but it ranged from some sneakers that I see on discount that maybe I'll wear it one day to obviously foam posits. Few Jordans left, but I've transitioned a lot away from most of the Jordans and have gone completely foam posits, or I would consider them more running shoes. As I get older, I need more comfort.
And what's the most expensive one?
The most expensive one. You wouldn't forget that question.
Because I feel like it's going to be almost 4 digits.
No. I've got a pair of foam posits that I wasn't able to get when it first launched. So you got to get it resale, and the resale value that I paid for that shoes was about $700. So nothing, and Cole Haans at if it's a trendy new, because sometimes you could get them the previous year style, but if it's a new style, $350, $379.
Okay.
So it not that that's obviously that's a lot of money. So so everybody has their, I guess their thing. I guess shoes would be mine, but yeah. So love them, and who knows? Maybe one day with the collection, I'm able to start my own business or something.
Oh yeah. Well, it sounds like you have 150 pairs.
Oh,
That's
over
a collection.
if combined, yeah, just 150 or more. Because I'm just talking about shoes. We're not talking about any other things that you may wear on your feet. So
right.
just sneakers and casual shoes. Yeah,
I gotta plug this in for the people. You gotta convert to maybe one pair of toe shoes.
Hey, I know the first time I saw yours, and then I saw multiple colors. I was like, you know what, this might work. So I think that we'll say that we got to get at least one pair.
Okay, cool. 2018, here we come. So this one is a little bit of a touchy subject. So on your Twitter page, it said that you are a super big Florida Gator fan.
I am.
Which is cool, right? And so and you're in Alabama, so I did a Google search. Last time they played was in December 3rd, 2016. Alabama blew them out 54-16. How does that make you feel? And are you converting into an Alabama fan now?
Well, I know from day one, everyone wants me to choose a side, whether I'm War Eagle or Roll Tide. I support both Alabama's teams. I'm going to continue to support both Alabama teams. That felt pretty bad. I think that game was the SEC championship that Saban took his pupil, which is at that time the coach of Florida, McElwain, to school. Right, the teacher definitely taught the student a lesson, and it was tough. So as they say in all sports or anything in life, there's tomorrow. So we'll see what next college football season brings. But what I do definitely hope for is a great football season for the Alabama schools.
There you go. Safety answer. Okay, are you a hunter or a gatherer?
I think at some point in life you got to be both. I do like the thrill of hunting though. Hunting, I just feel like you're engaged. You are, and the fact that I don't like sitting still. And when you think of gathering, you're collecting, you're counting at times. Versus when I think of someone that's hunting, you're pouncing, right? You're assertive. So I think I know you have to do both. I feel, but as far as the thrill of hunting, that certainly piques my interest.
Okay, good answer. I like that. Now, if you were a new addition to the crayon box, what color would you be and why?
New addition? Well, because they already have all the, pretty much at least the main colors. So my favorite color is blue. So if I were to, go figure, right, Gators, maybe some shade of it, right? Some shade of blue. I get some type of whatever color that makes you the best color blue, or maybe some people would consider that emerald. As far as being from the Caribbean, love the ocean, love the water. Right. So something that's some sort of shade of blue. I mean, we haven't created the name of it yet, but I'm sure it'll have a hint of blue in it. Okay, is what I would say.
All right, it'll be super majestic, I assume.
It's super majestic. It's nice, and you would be able to tell that it has a little bit of blue in it.
Okay, gotcha. I like that. So after we finish this interview, you step outside and you see a lotto ticket happens to be a winner for $10 million. What would you do with the money? Would you go off and buy 1,000 pairs of shoes? Would you keep your job, or would you just go buy a ship and go sailing?
$10 million. I don't know. I love my job. I really love my job because of the people that I get to work with and the relationships that I'm able to build every day. So to me, this is one of those questions you talk about all the time, right? You're like, what would you do? And I don't know if I would quit. Matter of fact, I feel like I'm still working. But what I would do though, and we all have family. I told you, I started off by telling you all that family is important to me. I would, as much as possible, especially my immediate family, parents and so forth. Homes. Major. I guess you would say expenses, whether it's homes, cars, things like that. If I can, pay them off and invest. I would then, I'd probably invest in property, really, right? Because then that's normally something, regardless of how the market is going, if done right, you could, make a decent living and continue to have residual income from it. So yeah, but no, certainly. But I would take a little vacation too, right?
Yeah.
We would. These days, I think we call it unplug.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I would unplug a little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
so I would like to enjoy it a little bit as well.
Okay, responsible man. See, I'd be totally different. We're not going to go there. That's for my interview. Cool. So we see you now as our commander in chief, really approachable, funny guy. What were you like in high school, though? Were you a nerd? Were you a jock? What's going on here?
Oh man, I don't know. Can you? And you're probably gonna get tired of this word. I would. It's hard for me to call myself a jock. So it's in high school. I played sports. So football and basketball was my primary. I dibbled in baseball a little bit. I hated the running drills, not because I don't like running. I didn't like sliding. Actually,
okay.
Sliding was not my thing. And everyone was like, "Why you like football? This contact." But then that makes sense if I get hit to the ground. But it's just purposely me choosing to dive face first or leg first into the dirt. Bruised myself for no reason. I didn't really get the hang of that. But so sports was my thing. Love math, my favorite subject. So part of this. So it's probably don't hear this a lot, but part of the math team and competing in spelling bees as well. But math was my favorite subject. So math team, all 3 years in during high school. So excelled at math. Primarily excelled in my grades overall, but definitely in math. And then from a sports standpoint, love football and just playing it. And I also enjoyed basketball. And those two sports flip-flop in favorites. At one point it was basketball, then it changed to football. And then now that I'm older, I still love both sports, but I would probably lean towards football.
Okay.
And I know everybody in Alabama loved that.
Yeah, that's definitely, you're in the right spot for that one. Cool. Wow, good in math. 3 times, 3 years.
3 years.
Okay, I like that. So this one is a unique question because this can kind of showcase what your personality is and for the good or bad kind of thing. So what are you currently watching on Netflix?
Real talk, huh? Ooh. Well, and I don't condone this lifestyle. However, I would say I just completed Narcos.
Yeah.
Season 3 on Netflix, and interesting how, it's to do the wrong things, I guess you would say. But I always try to find nuggets in anything that I read or watch, and to run an organization, whether it's legally or illegally, there's some aligned things around just clear direction, goal, and how you approach your day-to-day.
Yeah.
So interesting, but it's also good drama. So that's, who doesn't like that?
Well, good drama, I think, and success is everywhere, right? Kind of thing, and you can kind of learn from it. I like it because the dialogue. How many series do we watch that's in a different language,
right,
and we don't mind it? We kind of want to see that. I'm a big fan as well too. That's why, and it's historical. It's actually educational.
It's part of history.
Yeah. Okay. Which Netflix on us if you have T-Mobile One. So get your account up, guys.
There you go.
What is the best and worst purchase you've ever made?
Ooh. That's a tough one. Ooh, best purchase. And I could name some down the list, and everybody's gonna say they're cheesy. So whether it's car seats, pretty important, right? For the young ones, at least when they were in them.
Was that a good purchase or a bad purchase?
That's a great purchase.
Okay, I was gonna say. Okay.
That's good. I start off good. I'm gonna start off positive, and obviously, I would certainly throw. I guess I would have to ask my wife how she felt about it. The very first wedding band, I worked very hard for that, and I felt, at least I felt she was pleased. But who knows? She may have just been fooling me or something that made me feel a little bit special during that time. But so I feel those are good purchases. I know you said one, but those are the things that come to mind. Worst purchase, the fact that I'm a shoe fanatic, I would say, certainly made some bad purchases with shoes. I don't know what I was thinking, other than maybe, I'm at a shopping outlet and it's on sale, and because when you like something, it can cloud your judgment because you just like shoes. You purchase it and realize, one, you'd probably never wear it. The color of it really doesn't, match with anything that you would wear.
Right.
So then it stays in the box for a while until you possibly donate it. So several of those, several shoe purchases that I would consider not the wisest purchases that I've made.
Okay.
On the list.
Like that. So who'd win in a fight, Batman or Wonder Woman?
Oh wow!
And this is I'm gonna try to trip you up on this one, so you can go. Which Wonder Woman was supported by our T-Mobile Tuesdays? So hashtag all good. So Batman or Wonder Woman?
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because our CEO often tells everyone he is the real Batman.
Mm-hmm.
But also from a care standpoint, we're famous for care because of Callie Field,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a big fan of Superwoman. So it's gonna go down to the finish, and depending on who's watching this, if it's Ledger, I'm gonna say Batman.
Okay.
If it's Callie, Wonder Woman.
Safe. Okay, I like that. What is, as of right now, your favorite Uncarrier move?
We've had a lot.
We've had a lot, but maybe it might not be like towards you per se, what you use, but maybe like for the greater good for our customers.
I feel it. Then I'll have to go back to the beginning, right? Whether it's, I don't know if we called it Uncarrier Freedom, but when we first went out with unlimited plans, I still remember just talking through it. You read all these books and so forth, and obviously we know there's a profit margin in charging additional fees for purchasing minutes or whatever the case may be. So not having that additional revenue, what would that look like for a company that's trying to grow and compete with bigger carriers? So to be the smaller one, to come out with something that one would look at as taking away revenue, I feel it was a bold move, but it was something more of what we felt the industry needed versus just, it turned out to be profitable as well. But I think what the initial purpose for that move is why I embrace T-Mobile, and why hopefully our customers are showing and responding they embrace this as well, is because who wants to count minutes?
Right.
Nobody. So if you think about it, our handsets are basically our gateway to our connection to our friends and families and those who matter most. And to know that you have to count minutes on how often you can talk to them just doesn't seem like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So still, the original, one of the original, and to me still the most impactful and the best, because now no one talks about minutes. The minute talk is over. Yeah. And not just for T-Mobile, as Ledger would say, we've changed the entire industry. Yeah,
very big, bold move, and we can see it resonate till today.
Yes.
Life's unlimited. Why your phone should be as well too.
That's true.
Cool. I like that. So I have a one improv question for you. Okay. What is your favorite Eddie Murphy film of all time? Ooh. He has a lot.
A lot
of good ones too.
Funny, obviously Eddie is a comedian at heart. So Coming to America. Yeah. Coming to America would probably be. I still just remember him in the McDonald's.
Sir, I was wondering, did you happen to catch the professional football contest on television last night?
The young lady that he was pursuing, but her father also certainly all the exchanges that he had with Eddie in that movie, because Eddie, not knowing that Eddie was a royalty from another country, right. It was just entertaining, and I think some of the one of the best work that I've seen Eddie do. So
yeah, definitely classic. He had like 7 roles in that.
It's right. He played multiple parts.
Yeah,
but very, very funny.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Mine would have been probably Beverly Hills Cop 1. That's a very good one.
All of the Beverly Hills, I should say not both, but all the Beverly Hills are pretty good as well, because he, Eddie is Eddie, right? Yeah. He's an icon. But no, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay, so one of the last ones before I let you go, you're a very busy man. So what's your thoughts on the Coach Shuffle for 2018? Good response. Tell me a little bit more on your thoughts.
Well, so far I'm getting good feedback from both our leaders, so both coaches and actually our front line. Given our, and I think we've got to put it into perspective as to why, because a lot of times, changes happen and we don't necessarily always know why. I think it starts, to me, it started back in September when I got here, right? It's right. I know it's a hashtag now, it's a slogan, but I really feel in order for us to excel and have both us and our employees excel both personally and professionally, we do have to run as one, and that requires us knowing each other, getting to know each other. And you'll be surprised. We all work in the same building, but we may not get to really know each other. And I think because you spend so much time within your communities, the ability to work with different leaders, get you to know each other. So that's one of the goals. And also from I guess you'd say professional standpoint, learning different leadership styles is something that if I could, and I had the opportunity to do it in some of it, but we always say we wish we'd done it earlier in my career, that I felt would have helped me even excel even faster than I did, which was just being one, receptive to different leadership styles, but also just realizing there's a lot of times there's multiple ways to accomplish a goal, and just at the end of the day, just always put yourself in a position really where you can learn. And I'm hoping that the goal of the Coach Shuffle, and that was one of the goals I should say, and hopefully everybody feels that way, is that you'll get to learn from different leaders, get to know each other a little bit more. So as we excel, yes, from a performance standpoint on a scorecard, yes, that will come, but more so we'll become more of a family within our environment, and people can truly excel professionally from a career standpoint because of a move. And by the way, we're the only site that has done this move for the entire call center. Other sites may have done a swap here or there, but no one's done a Coach Shuffle. So Birmingham, another first for us. So good job, Beham 205.
Yeah, I'm excited, me personally, and I know my peers are as well too. We'll do great things. We're going to run as one. 2018 is our year. I've been telling people that, and we'll make it. And so with this video project as well too, with Real Talk, this is something that's going to help us enable everyone to be, run as one as a community. We're going to get to know people, our reps, our leaders, all the way down, all the way to the bottom kind of thing. So with that, you got any special outros, or maybe your ladies at home right now, and your future?
Well, of course. So obviously always to my wife, Ashley, and my two girls, and son to be. And we definitely, since it's small, it's going to, we're done now. So not struck out, but we're done. Probably going to be, obviously, hopefully I haven't discussed this with my wife yet. So, Beham, you're getting it first, but hopefully the child can be named Dave Antonio Thompson, which is my name. Yeah. Maybe the second or something like that, right? But outside of that, my Beham family. Thank you guys from day one embracing me and, really buying in to us running as one. And I see the environment changing day over day, and that's what brings, not only excitement, but really just eagerness to what the future, holds for us. So thank you all for everything that you do every day.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. This guy is our fearless leader, Dave Thompson. Give him a like, high five him when you see him on the floor. This guy is approachable, friendly, and obviously funny. So thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Wow.
Appreciate you.
You should do this for a living. You really should. Oh my gosh. Great question.